Hey, peace to my emotional healing tribe because yes, it has to be peace. Without peace, what are we looking for? So, hope you are well. Let's do a simple check in before we dive into our topic of that day today. Let's check in. How are you doing? What emotions are playing right now or in the past few weeks? How have you been? What emotions were prevalent? What emotions were really coming up, shooting up so much? Did you find out? Was it anger? Was it sadness? Happiness? Disgust? Surprise? What was it? Are you able to tell the mode you were in the past few days? Okay, let's check in. Find out. Find out. Because when you know and you are able to attach a name to a feeling, to an emotion, to a situation, and oh, it's anger, then you'll be able to know, oh, I've been angry lately. And no wonder that's why I've been behaving like this and responding to people like this. So it's important always to check in. Every day, do a check in the morning, do a check in. When you reach at your workspace, do a check in so that you don't spill over other people because we relate with people the way we are inside. Yeah. So I want us to talk about the last video we talked about a bit of our environment. Now I want us to talk in depth about the healing environment. The healing environment. What's an healing environment? Because you see, on our healing journey, emotional healing is a journey. And on our healing journey, we need to be intentional. They say time heals all wounds. No, time doesn't heal wounds. The choice you make on that journey is what will heal those wounds, because otherwise the time will last, but when you're still bitter and angry and forgiving, yes. So it's not about that the time, but the intentionality, the choices you make on that journey is what heals you, not just the time. So don't just believe everything. Yeah. So let's talk about the environment, your environment, the healing and healing environment is such an environment which has, it's a bit therapeutic, or it is, it isn't your recovery period. It's healing. That environment itself, it's a healing environment. It quickens the recovery, and it speaks peace. It speaks joy. It kind of speaks things that make your healing journey faster, or that it speaks. So that's a healing. It's a bit therapeutic, or it eases stress. That's the kind of environment we are talking about. It eases stress, anxiety. Have you been in an environment and you are all anxious? You go to a hospital, you are sick, but just the environment around you makes you more sick. I don't know if you've experienced that. You go to a hospital and the environment makes you more sick. Either it's dirty or the chaos around it. Like there's something about that environment that makes you more sick, actually. That's exactly what we are talking about. So, healing environment should be that environment that calms you down. It calms the stress. It calms the anxiety levels. You feel like your recovery is coming. You feel like your healing is accelerating. So it's going to be a series about this healing environment. And so that environment, any environment, our surrounding, it has the physical aspect, it has the social aspect, it has the psychological aspect. So your environment, you realize in the physical there are people, or even social, but in the physical there are the buildings in that environment, the things in place that we can touch, the tangible things in that environment, how that environment is arranged, how the environment is put together. Even the colors, the colors. Some of us, we are in places that even the colors in such places make things more worse. Paintings in such places. Have you been in places and you look at a painting and you are even scared? The painting scares you. Either it's a trigger. Now those are things in the external environment, because we have no control over the external environment, but you have control over the internal environment, the environment within your home. You have control over the environment probably within your space, for the people who are working, especially those that the aides, the CEOs, the what. Pain doesn't know positions, your levels. We all have what we are going through, whether you're on the top management, whether you're in the middle, or you are down there. We all have a share, our own share. And so an environment you have a control over, try your level best to create that ambience that speaks healing, that makes your recovery faster, that isn't, that calms down the stress levels, the anxiety levels, that you are looking forward to show up at your workspace, in your office, because you like, this is my safe haven. You're looking forward to, when you say, I'm going back home, you know how you left your bedroom. You're like, yes, it speaks. The paintings in there, the colors in there, they speak. They speak. So the physical, today let's just talk about the physical. Then when I come back, we talk about the social and the psychological, the physical, it's very important. What colors are in your bedroom or in your house, especially for people who manage to build and construct your houses? Have a safe haven in your home. Have a space which is well arranged. If you're still arranging and your space is small, declutter. Find a way of organizing your space. Find a way of organizing your room that it brings, that it breathes life. Did you hear that? That it breathes life. Find a way of making that environment that it breathes life into you, rather than going home and everything is scattered in its own space. Your bedroom is all scattered. There is no way. From work, you've been stressed, because work stresses, really, and we are all learning to deal with stress. I'll come and do a video about that. But look forward. Arrange your home, arrange your space. That get paintings. A person like me who loves nature, nature heals. And we are going to talk about that as well. Nature heals. I love looking at nature. I love looking at the flowers. I love looking at the trees. I love walking in forests, in spaces that are calm, that breathe life into me. They remind me of the beauty of the creator. And I'm like, man, this person was so artistic. Look at the red, the pink, the green, the yellow flowers. I look at some trees and I'm like, how on earth did this tree come up? It's such a beauty. So I'm just encouraging you, that get some paintings, and put them into your room, into your house. Get some flower vessels and put in those beautiful flowers, and make them so that have a corner in your home or in your bed where, when you look at, like, you're looking forward that when I go, I'll look at that corner, or I'll go and sit there. Because when you reach there, you're like, it's well. You feel you can reason, you can check in and find out how you are doing. You can breathe in life when you are into that space. You can challenge yourself. That's the only place where you feel like, this is me and myself and my creator. This is me having my own meeting with myself. So we are just talking about the physical environment. How are the tables arranged in your office? How are the chairs arranged in your office? Because you spend most of your productive hours at work. So meaning, if that place is giving you confusion and chaos, you are carrying that stress and you're giving it back to people at home who are never even in that workspace. So look at how is your table arranged. Some of us, our tables are so disorganized that work is already stressing you. A time bad, the reports are being requested for on time, but the entire space is messed up. Like, papers are thrown all over. It's like you're showing people this. When you see this, just know that I'm extremely busy working. Arrange. Buy those trays where you can put your things so that everything is in space. How is your computer arranged? Some computers, the moment it opens up, like, it is so congested, everything, like, it annoys you even before you dive into what you're supposed to do. Your phone, Healing is an intentional process. You just have to learn to create those healing spaces, therapeutic spaces for yourself, Have, what else can I, if you have have dolls in your space, at your home or at your workspace. For married people, have the photos of your wife or your husband on your tables, that as you are into that busy stuff, you look at it and it reminds you of love. It reminds you of your journey with your spouse. Have some mantras written down and pinned on the walls in your bedroom or in your office, that when you show up. In my office, I have a card. It speaks about hope. So every time I show up, it reminds me. I look at it and I'm like, yes, if there is anything more that you have to carry on along this day and in this season and this time right now, is hope. Keep hoping, keep looking forward that things will turn out for the good, don't lose hope. So every time I read it, and another card I have, it's flora, it has flowers on it. It's a scripture. I can do all things through Christ who gives me the strength. Those are physical aspects in my environment. So when I've come in weary and tired, and then I show up in my workspace, my card reminds me, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And I'm like, yes, God, I need that strength. I tap into that strength, and I'm carrying on in this day with strength and courage. I can talk and talk about this physical environment. Just keep following me up and reach out to me. And we create those healing spaces because we need to heal. Some of us, we are struggling with anxiety, traumatic experiences, but the environment, your physical environment, is just making things worse. Just make things worse. I love you and thank you for following me. Send the videos to everyone so that we can heal together. We don't heal in isolation. We heal together. I love you. Bye-bye. Peace again.